Hi, everybody. Hi, Furality. I'm Stitcharoo, and I'm interviewing DJs. I have another DJ with me. Which DJ are you?
Hey, I'm Icedog, and for Furality Somna, I DJ'd Donk.
Hell yeah. Super cool. And how was that experience seeing everything together and your stuff on the stage, the lights and the videos?
Seeing everything for the first time, right when the club unveiled, and that amazing reveal they did and everything. Yeah, honestly, I got kind of emotional about it because like they don't really for us DJs, they don't really give us too much information either. Like for us, it's just as much of a surprise as it is for all the attendees. So yeah, it was really cool.
Tell us about that process working with like the AV team and all of them.
It was pretty collaborative. I worked with Nolref and Bino on a decent amount of stuff. I sort of came up with some notes about different ideas I had here and there for different sections. So like, maybe this part in the middle, I was thinking like there should be something kind of spirally, but then I left it kind of open for Null to do whatever they want to do with that information, like however they want to spin it based on what they have. And then there was like some coordination for figuring out how to get those like little VR chat clips that I recorded onto the stage and figuring out how to fit those in and everything.
Did you have any moments within your set that are particular favorites
I mean,
as far as the lights and lasers
oh
and
yeah,
videos?
it has to go to the ending section. What Nolref did at the end there is truly insane. The choir of barking dogs to the cat piano was
Oh,
entirely like
no.
that was Noel's idea. I gave them like this little PNG image my friend drew of my Sona barking, and that's what they came up with, and I was so happy with that. That was amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Noel is such a sweet bean.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Nice. And when you were putting it all together, take us through the process of putting together a donk set. What was like your inspiration? Tell us your hardware and software. Give us like the scoops.
I feel like I kinda got into Donk accidentally.
Oh,
I was I don't know. I mean, like, I'd always been interested in, like, sorta poppy stuff and high tempo stuff, I used to play DDR a lot, and, I think there's a little bit of influence there, but I don't know, I mean, the Donk thing, it started out it was pretty much just, like, based off of a set that I made for a friend's birthday, and I'd sort of figured out backwards, like, "Oh, I like all these songs are really cool. Oh, this is all donk." That's, like, roughly speaking, like, that's the best way to describe it, so I guess that's what we're calling it, you know?
fair enough. Fair enough. And hardware and software. What do you use to craft your pieces?
Yeah, so, in terms of hardware, for DJing, I use Tractor, so I have a Tractor S3, it's a 4-channel mixer, really love it, it's, yeah, does all the stuff I need it to. Then there was a little bit of splicing here and there in FL Studio, and then just to make sure things fit together nicely. And then yeah, there was also a few original songs I produced that I made just for the set, and I made all those in FL Studio as well.
For Tractor, that's Native Instruments, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Cool, cool. There's several DJs that all do the Tractor Native Instruments. Do you know Fuji?
I
Shout out
don't
to
think so.
Fuji. Anywho, tell us about yourself and how you started DJing.
I've been passively interested in it for like a long time. Like when I was a teenager, I used to just like put my audio output through Skype and mess around with virtual DJ. But I didn't really do any like I guess like more serious DJing until like COVID era VR chat around
Serious, serious.
2021. Well, serious. You've seen my set. I don't know if serious is the right word, but you know.
We're here for it.
So it was for like early like VR chat events, like rave events, like there's Anthrospace events if anyone remembers those, and then there was the Banger Hanger was sort of like where I sort of got started. And you know, maybe there is actually a line between the banger hanger and here, because I started doing like hard bass because it was sort of like a the world was set in like a Soviet hangar or something. And so at that time I sort of got into hard bass a little bit. And you know, there's like a connection there. I think the Donk is kind of just like a more British hard bass in a way.
Right? And every set is the demo for the next set.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, in a way.
Nice. So looking back on yourself as you started DJing, what is some advice that future self, who you are now, could have given who you were when you started? What's something you really wish that you knew that you know now?
With DJing for a long time, I was always sort of nervous about like, you know, following the rules and making sure I stick to, you know, doing the right thing and all this sort of stuff. And, you know, at a certain point, like, well, like paraphrasing one of my friends, he pretty much told me like, look, you're not getting paid for this, you know, just do whatever the hell you want. I mean, that's kind of the important part, is just like doing whatever it is that you want to do, because yeah, if it's not fun, then what's the point?
You gotta throw your whole self into it for yourself, not for other people, not for gain, not for any of that other stuff. Because like
Yeah.
if you're fake about it, if you're doing it because I'm popular, like we'll hear it in the music.
Yeah, and you know, it doesn't have to be like something like what I've done. I mean, like some of the things that have inspired me the most have been completely different than what I do. Like, you know, there's you know, if you have something really like emotional you want to express, or like you have some like anger you want to express, or however you want to do it, like that's what you should go for. Like whatever you want to do, you know.
100%. 100%. And lastly, where can we find your mixes and original stuff too?
I'm on Blue Sky at frostywolves.net. My SoundCloud is Icedog Online, and my YouTube is also Icedog Online.
Very cool. And that will do it for Furality. Once again, I'm Stitcharoo. This is Icedog, and we will see you next time.